Wow. That's what you call Tuesday. Tuesday technology woes, ladies and gentlemen, here on Myth Brigade. Started off the week just right by me forgetting that we were supposed to play. Sorry, Tara. And Jordan and Mike. Steve. But we made it. We're all here to play Vampire the Masquerade, the Fall of London campaign. This is Byron's show. So I'm going to be quiet for a minute. Byron.
All right, guys. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Fall of London, Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. We shout out to Renegade Game Studios, of course, for allowing us to play this fantastic game. Well, I guess they didn't really necessarily allow us, but they helped write it so we could play it, I guess. But yeah, so pretty happy to be here. Skipped a couple sessions here and there, but we're getting back on track, and as usual. And so we'll go around the horn real quick, and then we'll get started. We're getting near the end of this bad boy. We're well over 2/3 through, so we should be heading along towards the climax here pretty soon in the next couple months, next month. So, Alice Mockingdale, the great Tara Roy, how the hell are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you guys?
Fantastic. You had a nice little vacay, right?
I did. I had a nice working vacation on a cruise boat. I got to run my first real game. My first full module. Yeah.
Yeah. She'll be running something here on Myth Brigade shortly.
Nice.
I've been voluntold. Yeah.
Been too long.
I mean, that was a high integrity commitment, wasn't it? We got to schedule that, right?
I know.
Yeah. I have plays
by
for
high
you.
integrity commitment,
Feels like
guys, he means
FOMO-con.
I voluntold
Hey
her
man,
on
you gotta make it
Facebook,
happen.
and other people agreed.
I have players for you, and we're ready to do it. So let's do it.
Oh shit. Okay,
Yeah.
let's set it up.
Mhm.
I am ready to play. I am napped, as is most of our cast. Us old folk got a little snooze in today. Not together, separately in our own homes.
Not that there's anything wrong with snoozing together. It saves
Just saying.
something.
Just saying. I don't want the stream talking about us.
I do. Come on, stream. Talk about it.
Talk about us, Chad. These people.
Talk about
Tell
us,
what's
baby.
happening.
Start a rumor.
All right. Lady Catherine, the wonderful Chantel Kapustik.
Hello. I am so very relieved because summer is almost here. My exam is done. They are graded. Things are graded, and I can just
That's
move
awesome.
on to good things. That's where I am.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Awesome.
We just got a message from Dan that it's happening again.
It is happening again.
No.
It's
In case you
happening
think he looks
again.
too
no.
thoughtful.
He's doing the
Look
Mitch.
at it, look at
Hey,
it.
everyone. He's
He's,
doing the Mitch McConnell again.
uh,
Just
any time now, an assistant's gonna run over and like help him off the stage.
yeah. Let's just wait and see how far we can get into this adventure before he comes back. He can hear us though, which is fine. So we'll just keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, you can hear us. It's fine.
We're gonna call the stroke team for Dan pretty soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty soon. All right, well, I guess we'll skip Dan Kaplan and we'll go on to Dr. Henry Bangier, Professor X himself.
Got his summer cut going.
Yep, got my summer cut going. I'm also much like Tara going on a cruise in a mere 2 weeks.
What?
Ooh,
Nice.
Yes.
nice.
So I'm very excited for that. In fact, I think everyone viewing should go on a cruise.
With us, we should
us,
plan
yeah.
that, right?
Oh my
yeah.
God!
Totally
Can you
can.
imagine all of us on a boat?
Hey,
Speaking of
September.
things you can do with us, you might be able to. I think there's some more info maybe coming, but I think
September,
there's-
the first week of September, first sort of on the other side of Labor Day. It's a general 50th birthday. Not that anyone that I know is turning 50 or has turned 50, but it's a get your ass on the boat kind of thing. A lot of us will be there. at least the people that are local. So yeah, more details. I'm going to put a link up, and you guys can click it, book it, show up. Let's drink and be silly and wander around. And we can wheel Dan around in his wheelchair, and we can feed him some tapioca or something. Shit. Yeah, this will be good. Good times.
But that's me.
Yeah. Chantel, is your event going to be a public event, or is that a?
That's a good question. I have no answer for that yet.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so maybe more information coming about something real exciting that maybe our audience can attend, and if not, well, that's just a guess. Just a cast. Sorry about that. But anyway, needless to say, yeah. And then Mr. Tyler Wingate, now with wheels, now with
wheels,
now
I
with
have a car,
with motor
God.
action.
I bought a new car. Yeah.
A new car?
No.
Nah, not new.
New to you car.
2021. It's newer.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's respectable.
It's fancy.
It's his first car that he's owned that he can actually drive.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, on his own.
He's a man now.
Proud of you.
I'm a real boy.
You a man, baby.
And he didn't kill the two of us driving with him, so we're
I
fine.
took Chantel and Brent to lunch.
Yeah, he was super trustworthy. I taught him everything he knows. I'm like,
Oh, that's how we got that.
Oh shit.
No wonder nobody
shit.
likes me.
Nice.
All right. And while we can, let's get over here to Dan Kaplan.
Oh,
who's
Dan's
connected
moving.
for a few minutes.
Hey.
Oh,
That's right.
He's alive.
it's
I gotta say,
alive.
I'm so fast now with this that I could actually stop the Brenternet takedown mid-action.
Yeah.
Heard the wheelchair comments. It's like, and then of course it slowly comes back. I watched Tyler move around in his chair like he's on like 5 times speed as it caught back up again. So it was nice. It was almost a psychedelic experience. Speaking of shrooms,
There you go.
Ah.
there you go. And that's my evening.
What do you
Back
got
to
going
you.
on, Mr. Dan? What do you got going on?
Oh, what do I got
Anything
going on?
for
Well-
the Game Steward?
Game Steward.
I was inspired by Mr. Brent to conversation to actually sign up for Origins. So I'm on my way to Origins this next month.
All right.
The attempt at doing the fleeces with the new logo was a complete flop. So I've got to restart that project. Figured a way to get the new logo to show up. It was
All right.
yeah. So those are my 2 big new things. We're gonna actually
It'll be just in time for winter.
That's right.
Yeah.
It will be in time where, despite all of Tyler's sarcasm and his father's earnest comments, it will be ready for the winter season. It's true.
And we weren't
But,
kidding. We
well,
will
We've
feed
heard
you
this rumor
tapioca.
for a few years now.
Yeah, these
Decades, my friend,
fleeces have
decades.
been on order for
Yeah.
a while.
I mean, so far,
He's shaving the sheep.
mythical.
It's like I've
so
got to
far,
shave
the only
the
thing
sheep.
that has extended longer than it should have, further than the fleeces, was the Knights Flag Agents campaign.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is right, my
Only
friend.
5
3
episodes, man.
episodes, just 3.
Only 5.
But store-wise, you mentioned it. I will note that we're going to drop a super secret summer sale next month. This is the first time I've mentioned it. So that's right. We don't even know yet what's going to be on sale, but it'll be a lot.
You're like, it's either some games or maybe the furniture. We don't know. It depends.
Possibly family members.
Nice.
All right. Well, there you go. That's my story.
All right, cool deal. And that's right, folks. If you ever heard, go check out Mr. Dan Kaplan on the Game Steward. It's GameSteward.com.
.com. Yeah, we're old school.
Yeah, old school. Find yourself some great Kickstarter board games and fancy stuff that you can buy.
That's right.
Little plug for you there.
That's our motto.
And-
Fancy stuff you can buy.
Yeah, fancy stuff you can buy. Yep, definitely cool stuff on there. You can't find.
Oh, appreciate it.
All right, and then last but not least, Mr. Jason Jones.
Yeah, so things are great. Missed a game on Monday. My bad entirely. But we're here, which is really exciting. Just over almost, we're pushing toward 3,200 subscribers on YouTube. So I'd like to get to 4 grand.
Woo-hoo! I remember back
4,000.
when we had like 1,200.
Yeah, so we're right now. I think we're at it's polystyrene level. I'd like to get closer to more like I don't know, like a Jello mold kind of level, is where you're the
Cyocast, maybe?
yeah, something. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. Super excited with the Sons of the Singularity, right? That they're
Yeah. I
You
just
know?
got to get in touch with them still.
Yeah,
I'm a little
so-
behind the 8 ball.
They've got some crazy Kickstarters going on for Call of Cthulhu that they've reached out and asked us to kind of partner with them. I think that's exciting, right? Because it gives us a chance to expose some kind of up and coming writers. So check them out. There'll be some links on our social media. We've been a little bit lazy about that. So a couple things. So Byron, I don't know if anybody knows this yet, maybe even Byron, but I have found him all the players he needs to run what I would say is one of the best pieces of fucking homespun RPG goodness ever. It is a Call of Cthulhu interpretation of 100 Acre Woods. So Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin and all that stuff. So I just need a date. We have his players all lined up, and a couple of them are brand new. So we have Marissa and we have TJ, who will both be joining for the first time in that adventure. So really excited about that.
I know TJ, but Marissa, was she the one that you guys met at the one with Alex?
Yeah, it was the Mr. Plockington, Brent, the one.
Yeah,
that
that's
played.
what I thought. Yeah. Yeah, so I met her. I've met her before.
Yeah,
Great.
she's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, we should start doing all kinds of public domain stuff. I'm thinking like Charles Dickens, Huckleberry Finn, or something like that.
Yeah,
that's not Charles Dickens. That's
just
Mark
like
Twain, but you know, yeah, we just start hitting all those public domain things. And
You read it.
You heard it here first.
So technically, I don't. I think actually this year is when Tigger became public domain, but Gopher is not. So if I use him,
I don't think anyone's gonna care.
Yeah,
you know,
no one's gonna care. But
as long as
Disney
you
would
don't
love
charge,
your 35 cents.
Just have a groundhog. Make up another character that's not in the.
Yeah, it's another groundhog.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not in the book either.
Yeah.
He's not even in the. He's not even in the IP.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. He's no IP.
All right. So when we last left off, you guys had managed to get the. I believe we completed getting the Phrygian cap from Gwenwellen Arwen, right? And you guys had escorted her out of the British Museum down through the way that you guys came in. Am I correct in that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a delightful discussion where, you know, she's like a billion years older than us, so she could turn us into paste probably. But
she's not the most humble, as I recall.
Yeah, she was not very humble.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't. That's true. Just facts. So you guys had managed to do that, and then so you know that there is still one artifact out there that you were sent on this mission to get, and that is, of course, the silver ring from the Tremere Elder Sri Sansa. And I'm probably totally butchering his name, but that's okay. It's SRI. I call it Sri. I don't know. Anybody else got anything for that? No?
Sounds right.
Sounds right. It's supposed to be of Indian nature.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That helps.
As a bit of a reminder, do we know where Sri Sansa is actually even located?
No. You don't.
May not even be in London then.
It's probably in London.
Oh yeah.
Byron's like, I'm just gonna tell you it's fucking London. Don't please.
It's in London. You're not really going outside London.
Perhaps we could get in contact with Rain again. She was
Rain?
helpful.
Yeah, Rain was very helpful. And, of course, Mr. Nigel. You have that as your character.
Nigel.
Of course. Yeah. So
Hamish picks you up from the and once you guys leave the what you call it, once you leave the museum, and he's pretty excited, and he's a little more manic than maybe normal, and he shows Lady Catherine a tattoo that he has gotten that marks him as hers.
What is this tattoo? Please.
What's this tattoo that he has got?
No, this tattoo
I don't even know yet.
This tattoo is actually on like the base of his thumb on his left hand, and there's just an M there.
Okay.
At least it's not a tramp stamp.
Is it
like?
is it a real fancy script M?
It's a very
Oh, yeah.
fancy script M, But then sometimes if you turn it upside down, it can look like a pair of boobs. And so it's perfect. I approve of it.
Most people would say it looks
Like
like
her
a
signet,
W,
I
but-
think her signet ring's the same way. It's got these weird little dots inside the M where you're just like,
Yep. Yep.
You don't see it until like she presses the design against something, and then it makes the impression of boobs.
yes.
And if anybody out there on the stream can come up with a logo that is a script M that you turn upside down and looks like boobs,
I
we'll
would
send
be
you
very
a Myth Brigade care package.
You're absolutely right. We'll send you a shirt. We'll send you some stickers, and there's always some weird shit in there from us, and it's never organic. So it's some other stuff, not like like a
But it
vial.
could be.
Could be a vial of saliva, maybe. I don't know.
Technically, garlic is.
Saliva.
I didn't mean it that way, Byron, but you're right.
Yep. Okay.
Like a tramp stamp.
nice.
Yeah. So yeah, he's pretty excited about that tattoo. He's
As
like,
he
now
should be.
everybody will know that I'm yours.
Well, you're
And
not.
Dr. Henry, this is something that you need to look for when you are feeding on strangers. You should be respectful of people's property.
I don't know what you're talking about. I
In
would
like a
never-
more prominent place.
I would
Not
never
your
do
hand.
anything against someone else's property.
Right.
Let them find out about it.
Mhm.
That's right. And let them find out.
But accidents do happen, as we all know.
Okay. So you guys reach out to Rain.
That's our.
You could
that's
find
fine.
her at a local club.
Could ask this lady we just saved. She might know something about.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. We
I
would
think
ask
she
her
already
for
left,
letting her.
though. Did she?
She's already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she said, went off and did her own thing.
She's like peace.
Rain or Nigel would be our best options for finding information, unless anyone knows any well-placed Tremere.
I mean, we could go back to the Elysium as well at Trunk.
That's true, Regina.
Someone might have some information.
That is possible.
If we go to the club, let me know. I got to change the music.
All right. Where do you guys want to search out your info?
I think Nigel would be the best choice. Would be the most discreet, and we have the best relationship with Nigel. That would be my preference. Not to mention all of these clubs, just ghastly.
Oh, it's very true. Bob is very discreet. I mean, Nigel.
Before we traipse out looking for the item, could we remind ourselves of its history and what pitfalls we might face?
Mm.
You just know there's a silver ring.
We know nothing more than that. It's just a silver ring.
Yep, just that it was a silver ring that was given to him by Mithras to safekeep. As most of the artifacts were all along that line.
Is there no research avenue for us? Silver
Can I
ring
do
given
like
to
an
Mithras?
occult roll
from
for
Mithras?
more information or anything?
Or Dr. Henry can give us each some ayahuasca, and we could
I
figure
would
it out.
I would give Alice a occult roll. Yeah.
Occult and wisdom or
Yeah. And we'll do occult and intelligence.
Can I sneak in on that occult roll too?
Yeah, I'll let you. It's going to be harder for you though.
Alice is the head priestess, after all. I suspect that, Alice, you'll know what we are
4
to
successes.
do when we have all the pieces. Then.
4 is pretty good. So let's see if I can actually give you any info on that bad boy. Would you figure out from that?
What would an ayahuasca roll be? Would that be like a sanity roll plus charisma? Something like that.
It'd be extra humanity. It'd be like take your humanity and double it, because now you're one with the
So take my humanity, put it in that martini glass, and let's go.
humans. It's like speaking, you become super aware, and you're like, oh, what have I done? You start to feel really bad as a vampire.
That's right. Because you realize you're actually a brick and a vampire at the same time. How is that possible? All right, as our GM looks through the ancient tome of knowledge.
Good doubt.
So speaking of, though, Alice.
Yes.
Now it's been revealed that you were the head priestess of all of this. You did the ritual to put us all into torpor for a while. Did seeing yourself in that picture bring back anything at all? Or is it still all haze?
I'm going to have to ask my storyteller about that.
Because I'd be interested to know what you think your real life was. Because if you are over 2,000 years old, that's not what happened.
Under the assumption that what's her name said that some of these memories were implanted or of some sort.
Right.
So, I mean, it's definitely a good thing to try to recollect what's actually our memory.
Well, Catherine, you know the saying, what happens in antiquity stays in antiquity.
You know, sometimes that's true, but other times you need to know the reality. You need to know the truth and make sure that you're believing what you're told and told what you believe, I guess.
It's true. But, you know, Alice,
if I'm 2,000 years old, I'm not powerful enough. I fucked up somewhere.
Well, no, Alice, you got your shit not done not only before Facebook, but before the printing press. That was wise.
This is true.
I do. What if we're all? Do you imagine that we're all far older than what we appear to be, or is it a case of Alice just being a rather convincing lookalike of a much older sorceress?
I mean, it's entirely possible that our memory's limited to just the last few years. I mean, before we went to sleep or torpor.
No, there may be vampiric lineages. For example, I've heard stories of houses of ghouls that have been chosen piecemeal to be given the gift generation by generation. That way you keep a bloodline alive for a rather long time. Perhaps, Alice, you're one of those bloodlines.
Like a direct descendant of some sort of strong bloodline.
Dr. Henry, do you remember the moment in which you received the gift, perhaps? I do not either. Do any of us?
Do you remember your life before?
Only small, fleeting glimpses. The church and the bells. Faith.
I remember the revolution. The fleeing aristocrats screaming in the night. The peasants with torches. It was a good time.
You've just described several revolutions that come to mind.
I think all of them, actually.
Well, let's just say in this one they were all speaking Russian, but...
I see.
Fair.
That does limit it a bit, doesn't it?
Oh, now you're to 50%.
It does trouble me a bit that the shared vision that we had, Alice, portrayed you as something of a goddess. Or something.
Yeah, I'd like to know how I feel about that.
As would we.
I mean, seeing yourself in that statue.
Our visions we had, our collective visions, seemed to show a time far, far prior to any of us being born as humans. Interactions between Mithras himself and his older servants as well, when they were still human, maybe circa 2,000 plus years ago. So,
yeah, for sure. So what you were able to find out, Keela, with your occult roll is that so the silver ring is supposed to be set with a ruby, and you know that rubies in occult are used for the storage of power and with it being set in a silver thing like that. So basically, where he could have stored power that he was able to tap into to use for a variety of reasons.
So it's
it's
essentially a battery when it's returned to him, isn't it?
Could be used as a battery, yeah, or an amplifier of sorts.
It might not just work for him.
Think about how many times you could charge your cell phone on that.
I use Cricket Mobile, and my battery life is remarkably good. Link in the description below.
Sponsored.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Horrible.
Yeah, so that's what you can determine from that about the ring itself. Dr. Bangier, you would be able to, since you know that the person that you're looking for's name is Sri Sansa, you would be able to determine from your background that that is a Punjabi name. And perhaps if he was looking to blend in with the London crowd and stuff like that, perhaps somewhere in West London near Southall would be a good location. Mm-hmm. You remember growing up in Southall amongst the Indian populace there.
I will tell my allies. It's like I'm from Bangladesh, and based on his name, he may have similarly decided to live in an area more populated with his own people, much as I did back then as well. So that may give us a starting point anyway.
Well, perhaps we should find a launching, a hovel to hide in whilst we're there in Southall.
That would be a good idea. We get perhaps a hotel room or series of hotel rooms in that area, some kind of den, and then start to investigate from there. I still think we should speak with Nigel as well. I'll give Nigel a call.
Southall is just north of Heathrow. On my Cricket mobile device. Just looking at it. Just thinking like...
It's equipped with Brenton.
It's a shithole, though. I'm sure it's nice, but for vampires, it's maybe not the best.
Shithole, I'm sure it's nice.
No, I just...
Sorry for all those Londonites that may be listening to the stream.
Well, no, I don't mean anything personal. I'm just thinking from a vampire perspective. There's some fantastic curry places. I'm looking now.
It's a fantastic curry.
It's fucking amazing food.
Okay. Yeah. So you give Nigel a call, and of course he answers. He's like, "Yes, Dr. Bangier. You are muted."
Yes. Nigel.
Yes.
We're looking for a well-placed Tremere by the name of Sri Sansa.
A Tremere, huh?
Being elder, likely well-positioned. Does that ring a bell?
I don't remember a Sri Sansa, but perhaps he is an occultist of sorts. If he is the Tremere.
All Tremere are typically cultists.
Yes.
Use of the occult, so blood magic would be involved.
I knew I was right. He's like, let me see what I can find out. I'll get back to you.
Thank you, Nigel. I appreciate it. I had it on speakerphone for anyone who else wants to say hi to Nigel.
Hi, Nigel.
Hello. So yeah,
family plan.
Family plan.
Hello, Max. It's been some time.
Yes.
And so a little while goes by. Where are you guys hanging out for the night so far? Were you looking for a rain at one of the clubs? Or just kind of driving around with Hamish and the extended SUV?
I think we should find rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaggin' wagon.
I mean, we need some perspective as to like more current events.
Shaggin' wagon.
Lady Catherine and our good Reverend knows all about that.
Sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Confessed their sins.
You guys are familiar with Rain's DJ setup, so it doesn't take too long to narrow down where she would be. And she's at a small club in South London called the Black Box.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Sounds like my kind of place. Sorry.
We're gonna go to the box.
Taking it to the black. Okay, once you go black, you never go back. All right. So you guys take a trip down to the box. It's a small, kind of upbeat, modern 2012 pop club with mixed with a little Irish music at the same time. A little weird looking stuff, but whatever. And she's doing some DJing and stuff there. And you go in, and she, of course, you see someone kind of greet you at the door. And do you just ask about her, just go in the club and hang out? Like, what?
I think we're gonna name drop.
Oh, absolutely.
You name drop, and they just kind of point to like a back room. Kind of, there's a stage and stuff in another room, but you could hear the music in here.
I'm a little peckish, I think. Are we going to indulge while we're here?
Oh yeah, it's true. Everybody should give me a rouse check
Sorry, guys.
for the evening. Is anybody at 0 already? Did anybody
No.
kill anybody this week?
No. So one.
Boom,
Where's my shit?
boom.
I am not able to see the results. Where do I go here?
Oh shit!
I'm
It got
looking
bumped
for.
before you got to look at it. That's why, Dan.
Yeah.
So it's in the
Sorry.
chat. In the chat, looks like, woo, boom.
Father.
Aquila made his. Dan, of course, got an extra hunger, new hunger level of 2.
I got an extra hunger. I failed.
Lady
I got an
Catherine
extra
got
hunger.
one. And
I feel
everybody
a
got
hanker for a
hungry.
hunk of human.
Everybody got
What
some
an
hungry.
actual
Not
fuck,
everybody.
Byron.
Except for Aquila. Aquila's the only one that knows how
Dr.
to cook.
Bangier didn't.
Yeah.
Did it? Where's he at?
I hope this place has a buffet.
Oh yeah.
Because I have self-control.
Yeah. The guy's wearing suits. It's the tweed.
Oh,
It's the tweed.
there's two.
That's what it is.
I fist bump Aquila real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While we listen to some electro-Celtic music, here it comes.
Yeah. Electro kelp.
That's what you said.
That's what I said.
I found it.
You went found some?
You gotta play that right now.
I'm trying, dude.
Play it so we can hear it.
I can't.
Someone
do that.
remind me how to open the chat.
There's a little right side of Roll20 at the top. There's some little like
The icons. The
what are
icons
those are called?
far left.
Left side.
Bubbles.
Bubbles. Yeah, that's what they are.
Bubble. Chat bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
On the right side,
Left
I
side.
see a heart with a little thing. I see a box with plus sign.
More. You can click chat. Or just
Go
hit
to the left of the
Alt
box of the plus
H,
signs.
and it opens it up.
Split screen
Don't-
extension.
Dude, you're gonna make him click around on his computer. He's gonna go into Mitch
Oh, there you
McConnell
go.
mode. He's gonna go into McConnell mode again.
I'll just role play it.
How about you roll your rouse check?
I did.
He did roll it around chat.
I was the first one.
Man.
It's not showing for me.
He got attacked. He was number 1. He was actually.
Actually, he was number
That's not
2.
true. He was number 2, but yeah.
I'm a roller, not a shower.
Rolling out of the shower. Yeah, nice shirt.
That's right.
Nice.
Feels
Yeah.
like a t-shirt.
Yeah.
It does feel like a t-shirt.
Byron, I would indulge in a Capri Sun. The straw.
hate you.
You did not.
I hate you, though. I hate you.
Such a dick move.
It's a very dick move.
What's wrong? Are you having trouble reconciling the situation wherein it turns out that if you stop killing people to feed your hunger, you can... You'll be just fine.
I believe, Father, you're the only one that's actually killed a person since we've awoken.
2, if I recall.
Not that we're keeping.
No, not that anyone's keeping track.
They were not.
I actually have a spreadsheet.
Yeah, you do.
What is that?
Google
That's
Doc.
pretty impressive.
It's not Excel though. He's like
Normally when a doctor
just pull
tells
out
me
a
to
little.
spread, it's not a sheet.
It's literally like a nine column like accounting book.
It is. Yeah.
No, it's a
1940s
play
style
with
It says
paper
little
that he's,
black
like,
book.
He's used a ruler and he's made all the lines and a drafting pencil.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Looks like an
According to this
anatomy book.
according to this pie chart of self.
He's writing down our feeding times every night.
Yeah.
According to this pie chart of self-control.
While I appreciate your attempt at humor, it was more about the boy. Something you wouldn't understand. He deserved to die. I don't kill the innocent. I kind of glance around.
Deserve to die.
Moving into
Nor do
pivot
I
tables
corrupt them before I kill them. Looking at Lady Catherine.
now. Oh,
By that father?
Oh.
Throne.
But not looking her at her, like look at her, but then when she looks at me, I'll look away. No, I don't want to wind up in a trunk. I don't want to wind up in a trunk again. Like
I'm gonna do something like a.
yeah, there's only like Priuses around and little small cars. I don't want to. It's like too. No.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys can find someone to feed on for sure. Anybody going to do away with their victim to go to 0?
Look around. Is there like something in an IV
Yes.
bag, extra large?
In an IV bag?
Yeah, extra large.
No, you
In the club?
could perhaps ask at the club. Or ask at the bar.
Are you looking for more cholesterol rich? What extra large bag of like a big bag?
I am. Yes, I have a new hunger. I have a 2. I'm extremely
Oh,
hungry.
you have a 2.
Well,
That's
2
horrible.
you can still only get 1 unless you kill the victim to go to 0. So you'd have to.
Well, it didn't stop me last time, but all right. Yeah.
Well, if we're going into a private room, can I use our name dropping connections to get a group of volunteers to come and worship at the altar of me?
Give me a roll.
That's what you call it.
There you go. Nice phraseology. Nice phrasing.
Come worship at the altar.
Let's do.
What am I rolling?
Charisma
Don't be shy.
persuasion,
Come around.
maybe?
I'm sorry, charisma and what?
Charisma persuasion, maybe. That sounds interesting.
I have to go do persuasion first. Sorry.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Persuasion, charisma.
Yeah,
I wish a character sheet would let you do, like, figure out whichever one you did first, and then just let you select the reverse. You know, like that's not that hard.
That would be nice.
Maybe
That-
you could
that
talk
would
to
be
Roll
too
20 and
obvious.
they'll,
We
make
can't
it
have
better.
We could write our own. To be honest, they have the APIs open.
Oh,
Oh no!
Gonna ruin the
God,
party.
we are so fucked.
Boy, here we
T-
go, boys and girls.
TPK.
I guess. Here, wait. Before we get into this, can I also roll mine to because if we're both going to fail, then we can at least do that together.
we could go down
You
together.
guys can
Yes, we can.
beastly to get through.
It's gonna be like a weird
Max
blood
quietly
orgy.
seals the fire exits to make sure no one leaves.
Ah man, here we go.
Because I would like to look and see if there is again I need a rich date rapist. Because if I'm taking her out, I'm taking out someone awful.
Looking for a Jeffrey
I'm just
Epstein
gonna-
slash.
Yes, I am.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
hold out a container. I'm gonna look away because I don't need to see what's about to happen. But I'm gonna hold out a container of Clorox wipes.
Oh, yeah.
Just
He just has that date rapist.
like
All right, go for it. Go
Yes.
for it, Lady Catherine. Give me a roll. Sweet.
Max immediately
What
comes up
would
with
what
Clorox
would
wipes.
you recommend?
What were you doing? You were
I
trying
wanna
to find a date rapist.
Yes,
A rich date
a
rapist.
rich date rapist.
A rich date rapist.
There's
Okay.
probably someone who takes
Episode
vitamin
title, ladies and gentlemen.
Got it. So are you gonna like go find a rich guy and then roofie yourself? Is that what...
No. I want to find someone who is already trying to do that to other people.
I guess give me wits and insight, maybe, to see if you know what you probably know what a rich.
I'm sure I do.
Like.
And wits first, correct?
Probably the first time in this
wits
game's
first.
history that someone's tried to figure that out, if I'm being honest.
All right.
That's amazing. Well done.
Oh no, you have to do insight first.
Insight first, and then wits.
Always do the skill first.
Mm-hmm. And then while we're waiting on that, Miss Alice, what you gonna give me a D10 roll?
Okay.
D10.
Well, one of us isn't going to die today.
Yeah. So I just want that to be said that you were literally two successes away from having a bestial failure yourself.
Nice.
Yeah. A 9. Okay. So Alice has this strange paranoia that kind of sets over her, and that is that she thinks none of these people worship her. That you think they just hate you. Not would they worship you, but they dislike you completely.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So every day.
Yeah.
You feel like you absolutely just do not fit in here at all. That these people could attack you, maybe even.
Byron, what did the rest of us notice about this situation, just out of curiosity? Because we weren't necessarily engaged, but we're nearby.
You notice a look of probably horror kind of on Alice's face.
It may depend on what I'm about to do, right?
Yeah. How you respond? How would Alice respond to that? To actually being?
I'm just gonna get kind of like really paranoid, fidgety, almost strung out looking. I'm hungry, but I don't trust this source. I don't trust it. We're not safe here. We are not safe here. Look at the way they're looking at me. And I'm going to find a seat as close to the door as I can get, because I want to be able to make a quick getaway. And I'm gonna put on my most surly mug and just adopt really antisocial posture while glaring at every single person that walks by. Maybe mutter to myself a little bit.
So, Byron, didn't we use? Did we say we could use dominate sort of against each other? It's like some kind of opposed roll or whatever. I want to try to.
Oh.
So, firstly, I'm going to look around. Do I see any reason that this is legitimate? Because she's never failed us in the past. So, honestly, I might not even jump.
Weird. This looks like some pretty weird behavior. Because you actually had several different feeding situations with Alice.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're accustomed to.
So her hunger's getting the best of her in my mind.
Yeah.
Something's definitely going on.
Yeah, baby. Okay, so
It's not that great.
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna roll this die.
You're gonna try to dominate me? Nice.
Yeah. Why is that not working? Oh wait, because there's pool size modifier. Difficulty is what?
What power are you using?
I'm gonna try to dominate her.
Yeah, but dominate's just a thing.
So it's under.
Easy bonus.
I recommend cloud memory and make her.
So I mean, it's listed as dominate attributes.
Yep. Dominates your thing, but so you got cloud memory, compel, mesmerize.
Compel. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes,
compel.
that.
So that's charisma and dominate versus Alice gets a resolve and intelligence.
5 successes of 2. I don't know how many successes I need, but I got 5 successes on that roll.
So the number of successes you need are equal to her successes.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm. Intelligence resolve.
And intelligence?
Mm-hmm. Intelligence resolve.
Watch her get another bestial failure and rip my head off. That'd be amazing.
So she wouldn't have a bestial failure just due to the fact that she's not the controlling character. All right, so that's gonna be enough. That's gonna be enough.
Which way?
Yeah.
My way?
Yeah, it's towards you. Yeah, you're the winner of the thing.
You were letting the hunger.
Your roll was bigger than mine.
You're letting the hunger get the worst of you. Calm down. Oh, and it's this atrocious music. Oh, look at me. It is not what you think. You just need to feed.
So you need to.
You telling me I'm hangry?
So with compel, it's a single action command. So if it's
leading up to that, okay, fine. I would say,
you're basically like you're not yourself when you're hungry, Alex.
Calm yourself and feed. You will be better when you have.
Got milk.
Yes.
God, no.
Yes.
And then she like tackles like some rando, like right there in the open. Oh no.
Okay.
I'm gonna literally then, if I'm allowed to choose how I respond to that, I'm gonna literally turn to the person sitting closest to me, and take their hand and lead them to the back room.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. There's a young woman that is hanging out there next to like the doorman, for you probably like his girlfriend or something like that, or a groupie.
Glancing
Don't
over
worry.
the doctor.
I'll return her in one piece.
Okay.
Glancing over the doctor, I think I would say something like, we should think of our proclivity toward hunger before we leave in the future. There was something not right with her. And she's dangerous when she's not herself.
What about Max? What would be Max maybe feeding type? I don't remember what his predator
Osiris. So
Osiris.
Max will walk up to the bar and just, without saying anything, turn on the awe. And then look for the first compatible person who turns around who looks inviting.
Okay. Yeah, so awe, I believe awe works on like everybody that can fucking see you.
Yes, I'm Osiris. I love adulation.
Yeah, so literally like the entire bar, like they can see you. Just kind of, you got like 15 people all like looking at you.
Yes, I know, it's me. Oh, you. Would you like to come to the back room with me? Come, let's walk. I put my arm out.
Okay, yeah. So they're all just like, they're amazed. It's like, you know,
don't
what does this person look like that you're? What does this person look like?
I don't know. You tell me. They're
you tell me. What is
the bar? Like? Okay. She's 5'11", black straight hair, goes down to the wee nether regions of you know where, in a slinky black dress, pale skin, just completely doing the Elvira Vampy thing, or somewhere between Goth and Elvira. But actually, she's really 4'11", but she's actually wearing 12-inch heels.
12-inch heels? Holy
yeah, so there you go. She's on these black super little pumps, but you know, we don't draw attention to that because we're a gentleman.
Sure. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. All right. So yeah, you wander off to a back room with her, and find your way there. What about Dr. Henry and Aquila? Either one of you feeding?
I have no
Hanging
desire.
out.
Yeah, I don't really have the desire.
Okay.
And I'm tired of these party scenes.
All right. Lady Catherine, you find your way back.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
and
find someone.
I let Hamish and Aquila know I need you two to stay close, please. I'm feeding. And I find my date. He is extremely handsome. He's in a, oh my God, sorry. He's got like slicked black hair. He's got a black suit on with like a kind of silver shimmer in it. He is totally eyeing up people, like women's drinks next to him. And I kind of stumble up to the bar and I oh my God, I can't believe this. My friends just, I'm so fucked up. I just, and you know, like fall into him, touch his arm. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to get in your way. Are you okay? And just try to be as weak as and vulnerable as can be.
Are you okay? You're not driving, I assume?
No, I don't. My friends were here and I think they left and my head is just spinning. I think I need to go sit down somewhere.
Oh, perhaps somewhere quieter.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I could give you a ride.
Oh, you're such a gentleman. I don't know if we should leave though. My friends might come back, but is there someplace here?
We could go outside. My car's just up the street.
Okay, I think that sounds really good.
Just like went to okay.
I guess as long as it's not too far, that's okay.
That was.
Oh, no,
that was
You might have to help me. I think I'm a little too drunk to walk.
That's okay. So you see this guy in the suit kind of help escorting her to the door.
And I'll just give Hamish a look so he knows. He knows. But yeah, as we go, and I'm gonna play that the whole way to the car. Play that till we get in there. Play that until he starts whatever, and then I will totally just snap out of it. And
he puts you in the back seat.
Oh, of course he does. Yeah. What is he driving?
Yeah, you tell me what kind of car is he driving.
What kind of car does a rich date rapist drive?
I feel like he drives a Porsche.
Porsche.
That's
yeah,
that's
but it's like it's like a
back seat.
It's like a
Porsche Cayenne. It's a Porsche SUV.
And he's got it wrapped. He's got it wrapped with some asinine.
It's like a carbon fiber wrap.
Yeah. God, that guy.
If that's douchey, then yes, he does.
His name's Chad. Sorry, Chad's out there, but
yeah, his name is totally Chad.
Yeah, Chad's a good name for a date rapist.
But it's 2 D's, Chad.
Yeah, there you go. So that
it's 2 D's.
It's Chad.
Chad. Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and as soon as he gets in there and starts trying whatever, I'm just gonna be like, oh no, this is my game, and I just want to dominate him. And I'm feeding until he's dead.
Oh, shit! She's gonna kill him in the back of the car.
I need to get rid of this hunger. He is gone. I leave it. He goes out. His final moments. He is ejaculating blood and begging for more.
Jeez.
And I am done.
That is the episode title, ladies and gentlemen. Ejaculating blood and begging for more. Let's see what YouTube algorithm does with that, and I don't even care. That is. It's awesome.
I feel delicious.
No 50 cents for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna advertise this episode on Pornhub. It'll be great. Ejaculating blood.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Cannibal Corpse will back
us.
Open
the door. My dress is covered in blood. Hamish is there. Is anyone else around? Actually, Akila, would you have followed Hamish out or no? Okay.
Hamish hands you a little satchel bag that has a new outfit in it.
Excellent. Thank you, darling. And I was like, pull him down, give him a kiss right on the cheek, right next to his mouth. And I'd be like, be a darling and clean that. I'll be in the car. And I'll go to our car and I'll change. Okay. But as I'm walking down the street, my dress is covered in blood. I'm just ripping the dress off and just kind of dropping it on the sidewalk as I get into our car.
Okay.
So 0 hunger.
You see Hamish reaches into his pocket and pulls out a pair of black driving gloves and puts them on as he reaches in, pulls the keys, and then gets in the front seat and takes the car and drives off.
Do you get his credit cards?
Hamish will collect all that.
No, and because if they were going to find his body, those aren't good ones to use.
It's true. Unless they don't find his body for a while.
Yeah, we'll see what Hamish does with it.
Right. Okay. Yep. So you guys, so Lady Catherine down to 0. Alice, of course, feeds, and also Father Thorn and Max. So everybody down to 1, except for Lady Catherine, and then of course Aquila and Banjir already at 1. All right, you guys make your way back to like the area where the music and stuff is going. There's a break between sets, and Rain is free to discuss with you. She's kind of sitting at like a little VIP table over near the stage area, drinking with several other youngins and so forth. And she goes, "Oh, if you guys could excuse me," kind of waves them off, and they get up and walk away, leaving some space for you all to sit down. She says, "Oh, how are you?"
Doing quite well, actually.
I feel wonderful.
Are you adjusting to these nights?
This world is, for me, interesting. It's loud and lacks a certain sense of style, but I'm becoming accustomed to it. I can't speak for everyone else.
Great. What can I do for you? What brings you all to the Black Box tonight?
Well, quite simply, we're looking for a Tremere, an elder by the name of Sri Sansa.
Sri Sansa.
You seem to know everyone.
You get around.
And we collectively would be quite gracious were you to help us in finding Sri Sansa. There's little we can provide you right now, but in the future, I imagine a favor would be in order.
Favors would be fine. I could definitely get behind that. She says, give me a few moments. I'll make a few calls.
Much appreciated.
She gets up and kind of walks away. She kind of waves at one of the waitresses to bring some drinks and stuff over.
You know, this is the modern age of convenience. I have to say, between Grubhub, Uber Eats, Instacart, DoorDash, Postmates, and Shipt, the delivery people are endless and delicious. It's just amazing what you get these days.
Although I imagine it's all traceable, though, Max.
Oh no!
Traceable
you haven't
to
tried caviar yet, have you?
Traceable
That's the
to
premium food service.
And traceable to whom? The hundreds-year-old corpse that has been sleeping since World War II and suddenly revived, learned to use a cell phone and a credit card and commit credit card fraud? Really?
Could just make your victims forget.
It's true.
Those are facts.
But this is the age of convenience. I mean, literally, a push button on your hand, phones that don't have wires. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh, Nigel and Hamish have been buying my clothes for me. It is wonderful. They have such impeccable taste. I love it. And it just shows up at our door.
Once you go venture, you never go back.
Mm-hmm.
You should consider evaluating the stain resistance of the fabrics that you're choosing, Lady Catherine.
Well,
What if this new thing is a Tide pen?
That would be a large pin, Aquila.
Yes.
The Tide paintbrush, yes.
The Tide bucket.
The Tide hose, as it were.
Sometimes it's better just to rip it all apart and start over again.
Well, that same unique technology that it increases convenience also puts the Masquerade at even deeper risk. I've been considering this quite a bit. Is that if it makes it that much easier for us to attract the kind, then it makes it that much easier for us to break the Masquerade. Something to consider, of course.
Well, of course. You are quite right. And our escapades, I'm surprised they've not been posted on all these websites that you speak of.
Not sure that they haven't.
Security cameras.
You haven't heard anything.
Cameras at red lights. Speed, especially in England, that's a big thing. Like the cops don't ever pull anyone over for speeding because everybody's being surveilled.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This is 2007.
Yeah.
Maybe
2012.
2012. Yeah. I don't know how bad it is.
Not far off, really.
Not far off.
Not far off. Yeah, you get your speeding tickets in the mail. They don't even talk to you. They're just like, "Thank you, thanks for speeding. Here's your bill." I love it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
Speaking of dangers. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead, Dan.
The father had mentioned, stain resistant, and I would warn you too. But when I've read the organofluorine chemicals they use for those PFAS resistant Scotchgard clothes, I mean, it seems ideal, but those things live longer than we do, and I think are more lethal. That's all. I have no idea what they do to the blood of an internal. I think they build up forever. So it's a modern world. You have to be careful where you put your teeth.
I look at Lady Catherine with this, with this what he said kind of look.
Like, do you know where those bags come from?
The hospital. They come from the hospital, of course.
Do they? Whose blood is in them? In each one that you drink. At least I know that mine are all rich.
And her disposables are fully organic.
Mine at least taste expensive.
Yes, I have discerning tastes.
Well, Lady Catherine, I can say with certainty that the death of the donor has nothing to do with me. And so when it comes for the time of judgment, I think there might be some leniency.
I believe you killed a man last week.
That was not I feel like eyes flashed. That was not a man. Like
it does.
It was him.
It does bring up a number of interesting experiments I could try over the next 20 to 30 years. What if I imbibe the blood of a variety of individuals with illnesses? Would I then be a carrier of those illnesses? Can I transfer the illnesses over from one person to another?
Or would your vampirism heal it?
I stand up in the middle of this group and snap my fingers.
Thank you.
We are getting off track.
Oh, indeed we are. Because we're like sitting in this round table in the club, and we're probably yelling at each other because you can't hear in those places.
You can't hear anything. Right?
This is probably the most realistic conversation we've had in this game, though.
Yeah.
This is the kind of conversation we would have, right?
It really is. Well,
I think it's the first time we actually sat down.
Yeah.
It may be.
Well, Alice, if you're not interested in my scientific endeavors, then I suppose then we can talk about more important matters, like what?
Forever chemicals.
Oh yes. Do you know what you're going to do when we have all of these parts together, or are you still struggling to remember the actual ritual that you need to complete? And I look at you.
What an excellent question, Byron.
It is an excellent question, Byron.
Have I been able to recall any more from?
Nope. Don't.
Well,
not as of yet. Nothing else has come up.
Nope. As far as I know, I'm either 89 or 2,000 years old.
You guys have figured out at this point, though, that not all of the memories that you have went through or whatever are possibly yours.
Right. Blood memories.
So trying to think about how right now your whole behaviors and stuff have been kind of molded by those dreams or memories or what have you for yourself. So you're not even sure that you're actually even acting the way that you would act normally.
Yes, and I wonder if the organofluorine in the Scotchgard preserves the blood memories for even longer. Interesting.
Now that my hunger's gone completely, do I have any better control over my memories?
No.
That'd be way too easy, Chantal.
But that was a good try.
That's what I was trying to do to think a little more clearly.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
Although
I'll give it to you.
No one has any recollection of this ring in any context, correct?
No.
Not as of yet. Nope. It doesn't even appear in any of the dreams and stuff that you've had so far.
I Google it. Is there like anything on the web about it?
I mean, what are you Googling? Like silver ring with ruby?
And Mithras and
Yeah,
vampires
with quotes.
Mithras ruby ring.
Actually, that's not quite a horrible idea. We'll Google this person's name.
You do realize,
There's some
of
sort
course,
published
that
author. If there's some sort of author, or
if he's affluent.
So Max,
affluent at all.
I would point out that
idea.
your observations of the technology of the day would indicate that if you put that in, if you hit enter just now, someone will see you searching for that. Is that smart, given that we're hunted?
Well, if he's a pervert, then Lady Catherine will just eat him.
Only if he's wealthy.
Only if he's a wealthy pervert.
I don't eat poor perverts.
Sorry?
I don't eat poor perverts.
I know. Lady Catherine, please forgive me.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I don't eat poor perverts.
Only successful.
That's my T-shirt. That's the one I want.
I wait for them to go back and forth, say 3 to 4 rounds, and then you do understand what I meant, yes. There are hunters that are looking for our kind, and we are on a time frame.
Yes, but I thought they were rather primitive. I mean, they're running around with leather and sticks. Do you really think they can work the Google?
Oh, yes.
Wait, which hunters are you referring to?
Well, listen, Max, we but adopted the Google. They were born in it.
They were born in it.
Cunning, born in the Google. You should be an author, Dr. Henry. That's a good phrase. Born in the Google. That's a good point. Perhaps, Father, you're right. But unfortunately, I already clicked enter. So.
And you got like top 3 results. It's like sponsored. Yeah, you're fine.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're on it.
So nothing really comes up. All that you get for the Google search for the ring and Mithras is a bunch of articles on buying a ruby ring.
And Sri Sansa?
And for Sri Sansa, that you look up and you do find an advertisement.
Is it like a fashionista thing or more Scotch Guard? It's like
I have shared it with you to your journals. That's not it. I don't know why that opened.
Psychic?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it that blue picture or no?
So can you read that to us? Because
Yeah, I can.
Wait,
you
what?
can see it though, right?
No, you gotta drag the ribbon.
Look at it. I can't read it.
What, the girl?
No, but I mean you can
all the way up to the top.
see
No.
it, right?
Oh wait, let me scroll.
Above Richard DeWard.
Up to what top?
World
I am
famous
up to the top.
guru, medium and psychic healer. With
I have no idea. I'm
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about.
But I can't read it.
Like,
Accepted.
how? What?
A psychic.
I zoomed out all the way. I didn't see
Oh,
it.
there it is. There it
there it
is. So much better. Thank you, Byron.
It's so tiny. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I can zoom in now,
Yep.
though. So that's
Okay.
good.
So it says world famous guru, medium, and psychic healer with many years of experience.
There you go.
Readings, advice, and spiritual guidance in West London by appointment only. I can gain you longed for contact with your loved ones who have, or I can gain you longed for contact. I don't know. That seems
Longed
sounds
for
weird.
contact.
Longed for contact with your loved ones who have passed away to a happier place. You may wish for a love charm to gain or regain the passion you once desired, success in business, success in examinations, success with your application to remain in the country, relief from a curse or evil spirit or enemy, bad luck cast upon your enemies, spiritual advice for all circumstances. I can provide references from many grateful clients upon request. 077-0009-0988. Credit cards accepted.
And now we find our fate in the hands of a false prophet. Wonderful.
Would an elder Tremere peddles psychic services on this internet in order to draw in clients as a medium? I mean, even back in the day, everyone knew that most mediums were just fakery and tomfoolery anyway.
Yes, but perhaps, if indeed this is as you suspect, perhaps we should call and find what circumstances found them in this place.
Well, Father, we came to this dreadful place so that we can talk with Rain and get her counsel. Perhaps we can, if she's not able to find anything, we can call this phone number.
Both of the above. I agree. And perhaps she knows something of this. Perhaps
we should wait until we leave this place. It's not discreet enough here.
Yes. Well, it is. We're like, it's not discreet enough. Yeah, it's loud.
You can call from the cab.
True.
And Dr. Henry, I would not be so sure she's a fake. In my experience during the twilight of the Russian Empire, there were a number of individuals who displayed an uncanny ability to know things that they should not have been able to. I remember the evening well when I ran into one of them. She may or he may already know that we are Googling them. So I respect your science, sir. You've impressed me greatly, but beware, there are these powers in the world that exist beyond even us.
Oh no, I'm quite well versed in it, but most mediums are con artists.
Oh, fair enough.
But this, and it's hard to imagine an elder Tremere being willing to debase themselves in this way. But
give me an insight check.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Ooh.
Dr. Henry.
We love to perform.
Wits and insight.
Please, Hammer, don't hurt him.
As it turns out, two of the members of the band Monkeys were actually Tremere in truth.
Oh, please. That'd be amazing. Peter Tork, which one was it?
Shh.
Nesmith? You're fucking with my childhood right there, Dan.
He will appear.
Yeah.
Right?
He's like Beetlejuice. Say it 3 times.
Exactly.
No, dude.
Exactly.
Beetlejuice. Damn.
Wow.
Roll 20 will not give me a scroll
Dr.
button.
Henry, you are on it
Oh,
tonight.
yeah. So you get the idea that this would be, if this is put out by him to locate clients or whatever, that most kindred wouldn't be looking for this type of stuff. So this would be this type of service. So this is like somebody that's putting out a service under the radar, basically. The kindred society itself wouldn't discover this.
Well, and it could be additional income, and it might not even be the series Sansa we would meet with. Might be a contemporary.
It would also be a good way to build a cult.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fair point.
And a wonderful way to find food, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Especially if they were like an Osiris or somebody like that, or a consensualist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, it's
Absolutely.
like, perhaps on second thought, as I pause to consider it, there is some merit to this in terms of a network.
Rain comes back, and she says that yes, she said it appears that he holds some sort of hour on Thursdays at the library in South Hall.
Like a service sort of thing? Is that what he does at the library?
Yeah,
Okay.
like a meeting.
Right. So that he can just walk in and like kind of do cold
Yeah.
cold calls. Okay.
What is today?
We'll say it's Tuesday.
Tuesday. Thank you, Rain.
Yes, no problem. We're glad to be of service. I'll let you know what I need.
And of course, it will be done.
Very well. Will I have another set to play? She goes back to going on stage.
Oh yeah, I forgot she's a musician.
She's a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, DJ.
Sending out her Toreador vibes.
Mm-hmm. I just shake my head. What a terrible profession that is.
What a terrible
God gave us music for reasons other than this. Let us depart if we may.
Right.
So when we're gone, I'm gonna be like, so do we call or do we show up at the meeting unannounced on Thursday?
It's a public service. I think we should just show up.
I actually agree with you, Lady
agree.
Catherine. I think the element of surprise could be useful here. We could also come armed and prepared in case he's uncooperative. Although doing that in public would be rather messy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and going to service would give us an opportunity to see them in action. Perhaps we could make an appointment afterwards and, parlay this into something a little bit bigger.
I agree. Anyone have any complaints or thoughts about another approach that we want to do? All right, then it sounds like we all concur. Thursday evening.
I
Alice?
I like the idea of just showing up, witnessing do their thing.
Agreed. Should we typically we walk in as a group and it doesn't always work out to our advantage. Should we trickle in or something of the sort?
I think so.
Come in within a 15 or 20 minute time period in smaller groups, you mean? And spread throughout the crowd?
Exactly that. Yes.
okay.
I sort of feel like, given my accoutrement, often our appearance is the premise of a joke. A priest and a tremere and a this and that walk into a bar, looking around suspiciously.
If you would like, I could get Hamish to order you some different clothes, some plain clothes, so that you don't have to be a priest everywhere you go.
This is my burden. I intend to bear
always
it.
presumed that the reason you wear the cloth still is you have an irrational desire to punish yourself.
Irrational?
Doesn't look comfortable.
It is quite comfortable, Aquila. I wear these vestments because it is a vow that I swore, and I have yet to betray.
How do you reconcile serving both God and Mithras?
Are they not one and the same?
Bing.
That it's an interesting perspective, but why hold on to the vestments? After all, you just won't. Every time I look at you, I see that you're not willing to accept that you are just, in fact, a monster.
Why do you still call yourself a doctor? Is it not just a remnant of your past? And I'm not going to say that. We'll get canceled. And I'm a priest.
Dr. Henry, do you remember being a doctor before you were turned into became kindred?
I see shadows of me performing what a layperson would call just normative medical procedures. But I always had an interest in the human body and what makes it tick. So I believe when I was alive, I had my own extracurricular activities that I would perform on the patients that I knew weren't going to make it anyway. I felt like it brought them peace and gave me greater understanding of the human condition. Perhaps that's why I was turned in the first place, why I was given the gift, is because I have a unique perspective on how the human body works. I want to continue that for many, many years to come. There's so much more to learn. Even when I read the medical text, there's so much to be known that has been known since I went into torpor that I need to become abreast of, so that I can apply my own experiments on humankind.
So your irrational obsession with your medical craft, as it were, is somehow more noble than my would-be irrational faith in the God that made me this way for a purpose that I also have not yet defined.
I thought that he was simply questioning your commitment to the garments. Modern priests do not wear the garments when they are not on duty, as it were.
I don't know where my duty begins and ends, Alice. I would like to have thought that I could have not have been awakened from the nightmare that I lived back then, and the bits that you speak of that we remember. But here we are. It is what I am. I'm happy to put a pin on that says whatever you'd like you know, I don't know, the like happy day or whatever, the rainbow pin, whatever you'd like. These are my investments. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I suppose you should just be. You should just follow your own path if this is what you've chosen. Although, you just again continue to torture yourself for no reason, not accepting what you really are. Again, we're all
Dr. Henry, do your medical pursuits, to your understanding, your scientific curiosity extend to the science of the mind or simply the science of the body?
The minds of people are confusing and impossible to understand. The body, however, is like a machine, like a stop, like a watch or a well-oiled machine that is predictable. I don't care to consider the minds of other people.
I think that's where you're both flawed.
Since awakening, I've found it very interesting to analyze the behavior of individuals, since there is so much interaction and so much expression of these modern peoples. There's a term I keep hearing, term fetish. And I wonder if Father Lucius's attachment to his clothing falls under that category somehow.
How dare you sexualize my holy... This fabric is breathable, and the collar has enough structure that it's never wrinkled, and my obsessive-compulsive disorder likes that. That's all it is.
It doesn't quite choke you enough, does it?
Knowing that we have Lucius. What did you say?
I said it doesn't quite choke him enough.
Just a little bit, but not.
Mm-hmm. I mean, then if we're talking about fetishes, we can see our, doctor in tweed and his ether and, wanting to shut down the mind so that he doesn't have to deal with the messiness of humanity.
Of his own humanity.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Or shut down the mind so that he doesn't have to face the guilt of the murders that he commits. Let us all be real. We're all here for one twisted reason or another. Let us all hope that there is a grand design, that we've been brought together by a higher power, be it
a grand design. How, after all these years, can you still justify that? Look around you. Look around you. What kind of God did this?
Well, really, though, is it really so bad? I mean, they call it psychopathy, but really, I mean, most people are fine killing 99% of the species in the world. We're just good with killing one more. I mean, honestly, it's not that much different. I don't understand the big to-do about all of this. But forgive me for interrupting. I couldn't eat popcorn, so I just had to say something.
Where is your faith, Alice? Mithras.
Where is my faith?
Mithras has saved us and brought us back for a reason. We will be informed when his time is here. For now, we serve him, and we should serve him well.
Mithras is a source of power.
Is that all you? Is that all
that I choose to serve in order to enjoy his power.
You serve it at your convenience to use his power, then, for your own benefit?
Of course.
Father, you have your collar. She has her belief that she does this willingly. We all have our thing.
What is yours?
Oh, well, I actually enjoy being a pawn. It's kind of a, what was that word you used earlier, Alice? A fetish? So
we both have the same.
Ever since we went to the museum and I realized my true fate, I have become more comfortable with it. I'm just hoping something delicious falls my way as I go through my route that's been chipped in the stone for me by a god beyond my own power.
I mean, some perhaps crave the adoration of others and continue to just chase that adoration even past and into their unlives. Lady Catherine and Max, you are always seeking the adoration and love of other people, but you kill that love every evening.
I'm not seeking that love. It just shows up for me. I don't have to go out and find it.
And do we really kill it, or do we eat it? I mean, I think there's a very important distinction there.
Consume it far further down this path than we need.
Actually, yes, we have not heard anything from Aquila.
It's true.
You're a philosopher, Aquila. You seem like you consider our condition.
I think
you have something.
You're a grand
Spill
intellect.
the tea already.
I think the kingdom heaven is within us. It is for us to find our own path, for us to find your God, whether it be Christ or Mithras or whoever you pick. They'll guide you within you, how you see fit. We're all different. We're all going to find some excuse or to change how our God. We want to. Everybody
what do you
wants to
believe?
worship differently.
What do you believe of Mithras? What is your perspective?
Yes, who do we collectively serve? For the difficulties that we face recently, if we are not all servants of Mithras, perhaps there's a different conversation to be had.
I think we all are servants of Mithras. I think we're all confused by these memories that aren't ours. We've just woken up from 70 years of sleep. I think we're rushing a little bit.
You mentioned before at the museum that this might not have been the first time that some of us at least had gone through torpor.
Yes,
what do you mean by that?
That idea, if Alice is thousands of years old, if that statue really is her, maybe this isn't the first time she's done this. Maybe we're not the first group she's led to bring back Mithras.
What do you remember of your pre-kindred life?
Almost nothing.
He's like, I was totally with Mithras all the time.
From the day I was born, man. Yeah. I don't.
Mithras' bottom bitch.
Well, and I guess the reason that I find this so concerning is that I have found artifacts. I found the bronze ring that I gave to my love. I found the sapphire pendant that she gave to me. I remember these things. They were before I was turned.
But what were those things before you found them again? Nothing. Not even memories. Until you held it physically in your hand, it was nothing.
And so what does that mean?
So this last piece may bring it all back.
Who knows? I think we'll find out on Thursday.
If not, we can rest assured that our current predilections are likely because of our lives as mortals. Me being a doctor, Father Thorn, and his faith. We know more about ourselves than we want to fully admit. That doesn't just come from our unlives; it came from our lives before. So I suppose it doesn't matter if we actually remember the full measure of our lives. No.
It may not matter to you. It matters to me.
Well, what matters...
I have this past in my life, in my mind. I have this memory of this all-consuming love, and it not only did it shape my life, it shaped my unlife. Like, I believe that it's the reason that I became this. And if that's a lie, then what does that mean for me? Am I a lie? And I am not ready to believe that.
And are we living a shared lie, Doctor? There is a reason we went to sleep and woke up together that we've not yet defined. We serve.
We do we not all feel that that there's some truth to this assumption that we were all together before?
Oh, most certainly we were all
Most
together
certainly.
before. We even have memories of us being together. However,
I have memories of being 2,000 years old, and I feel that is improbable.
We don't have memories of us being together, actually, but I'm glad that you do.
I have
No,
a memory
so we said-
of Max and Father Thorn having an argument.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of us have some memories. I think mostly we sense that we took this journey together,
And we've come this far without knowing
that we're willing participants in whatever this game is.
So I've come to understand that our disagreements and our differences may be part of Mithras's will. I first question myself: all of us are remarkably different.
But perhaps his
We're all different
amusements.
clans.
Perhaps it is his amusements, not his will.
I honestly question what is the real. I mean, as the twilight of the Russian Empire gave way to the tumult of revolution, I can recall these things, but is that really my memory at all? I don't even know if that's the real. Maybe I have always been a slave to Mithras, and he's simply granted me these snippets to give me some shred of a once known humanity. Honestly, I feel as if all of it is simply a waste. I think there's only the way forward.
yes,
We must find the ring. We must find our way to Mithras.
but in the moment, as I feel in my gut that there will be one coming.
Okay.
I just do.
I could read it many different ways, Father, but yes, go on.
I almost bought the book, but I didn't. No, but in the moment, do we know enough of why we serve each other to make the right
Because we
choices?
all serve Mithras.
Yes.
I think we need to. I think we all need to agree that the path is being set for us, and that the path being set is the one that we need to be on. Otherwise, we will continually question.
What is this path leading us to?
I think that's a leap of faith.
I think it's like
Oddly
ants in a colony. We are somewhere between ants and humans, vampires.
So
Something between
we are
those
like
two.
Adam Ant. Sorry, too far.
It's too late to avert course now. We have to see it through, even if it results.
I am not denying our course. I'm questioning our ability to stay true to what matters, which is
Our place
Mithras.
to question our ability.
our God, Mithras.
And Mithras will reward our loyalty and faith
Indeed.
in him.
You may call him.
However, we individually interpret that sentiment, yes.
To the death. To the true death. Let us say it together.
I don't feel that he will reward us. I feel that I will be permitted to access his power.
To the true death. We will serve each other. And we will serve each other in Mithras's name. No matter what.
Agreed. And if Mithras turns out to be Michael Desmith, all the better.
As long as it's not Michael Bolton.
If we get to choose his form like in that thing Ghostbusters, I picked Michael Nesmith. I call dibs. All right.
I don't understand that reference.
I love Michael
Yeah,
Nesmith so much.
you have to start watching the Netflix in your coffin at night. You've got to catch up.
Got to wire up that coffin with the Netflix.
This would be a good time to kind of remind you of the initial letter where you found out about these items to start with, and what it was, who was from, and how it was worded and so forth. So that's in the chat, or not in the chat, but in your folders and stuff like that. But I remember that it was very easy to read. So I am going to go ahead and read that for you one more time.
Where was it? I want to put on the stream. Note from Peter Thomas.
Note from Peter Thomas.
That one. Okay.
Yep.
2 seconds.
So it was really difficult to read, but
no, it's okay on the stream. Well, kind of okay.
Okay, perfect.
We'll make it work.
Yeah.
If you can't read that, 1-800 my eye doctor. So like a $20 copay, you'll be fine. I think we got it. Close enough. That thing.
Are you good? All right. My dear and loyal friends, I am sure you have many questions, but the time being, I must ask that you be patient. The circumstances around your awakening are clearly unusual, and I apologize for this. Much has changed in the time that you have been asleep. I regret to inform you that most tragically, our Lord and Master Mithras himself was destroyed some years ago. Ungrateful traitors from within his cult betrayed him to his enemies. The cult continues, however, devoted to his memory and his legacy. Your resting place was lost to us, buried as a result of damage caused to London by the Great War between the nations of Europe. It is only through recent circumstance that you have been revealed to us yet again, and rightfully returned to us. You wake on this cusp of a great storm that is about to envelop London in its fury. I and many others, still loyal to our cause, have already retired to other domains far from here to escape its wrath. However, one important task remains, which has been entrusted to you, our only remaining heralds of the sun. Artifacts of spiritual nature to the Mithraic cult are still in London. They are kept by those who were once loyal to us, but have now strayed from the path. Whether they were involved in the conspiracy to murder our Lord is unknown, but they are no longer trusted. The clay seal, once used by our Lord to mark the official documents left in the possession of Lady Anne Bosley, a silver ring inset with a ruby, believed to be in possession of the Tremere Sri Sansa, a bronze dagger of Egyptian style, gifted to the Nosferatu Richard de Worde, a Phrygian cap, once worn by our Lord in his original Mithraeum, since claimed by Gwynwillan Fudge Arwen. We humbly beseech you to seek these items out and retrieve them before the storm descends. And take with you the goblet that was used to wake you, which you already have. Once you have completed your task, call the number 0794-636-728, and we will send a team to extract you from London and guide you to safe haven. May good fortune and the blessings of our Lord and Master go with you.
Is that the same number, Byron, as the
Thomas, Pater of the Sun?
Is that the same number as the crazy psychic? No?
No.
Okay. I wasn't looking at that. Okay.
Guardian of the Temple. So that was the original thing that you had gotten.
Okay.
So.
And Pater Thomas was not one of the ones who was killed in the debacle, the waking debacle, correct?
No.
He was already gone.
He was already gone.
Okay.
But you know that the person who gave this to you was Shirazi.
Fuck. Yeah.
Right.
He was the one that had woken you. Adelino da Silva and what was his name? Where the hell is his name?
They're at the bottom of this.
Darius Shirazi. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who was the chronicler of the Mithraic mysteries.
I see. So there really was no evidence that this was actually going to bring back Mithras.
Not necessarily. You don't know what it was being used for.
Although the
technically, you don't know if the person who wrote it is even an ally or if he was one responsible. So Let's take a quick bio break real quick. Somebody else needs one too. And then we'll come back and finish up for tonight.
What?
Okay.
Bio break at 10:51. Apparently I have a like a camel bladder or something. Dan, are you doing the thing?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Frozen.
Oh, you're moving. Okay.
I was actually just transcribing this note with my camera, so I get text.
Oh yeah.
Oh, goodness.
All right, chat. I don't know who's out there.
You bunch of nerds.
Nerds. So yeah, I wanted to remind everybody to be on the lookout for this 100-acre wood. That's one thing. We have the release, hopefully very soon, of the first Sinister Scenes scenario, which I've seen artwork for, and it's brilliant. It's coming soon. We have a play test of a scenario that James and I have been working on for a hot minute. It was the first homebrew Call of Cthulhu thing that we did, and he convinced me to write it down on paper in long form. It's just taken a long time because writing's hard with a pen. I don't know if you tried that, but it's hard. Digital Mistress, just have to thank you for showing up and doing the thing that you do and teaming up with Tara. What else, Byron? While all these silly people are having their biology happen.
I was just going to comment that we got the final artwork today.
Yeah. Oh, nice. The final.
The final.
Right on.
I received it from the artist Edwin Malavi this afternoon.
Nice.
And we were pretty damn stoked. It came out awesome.
That's awesome.
Very much awesome. Very much awesome. And if you're looking for artwork, I definitely suggest him. Both Bridget Jeffries from Chaosium and Symphony Entertainment used him for some projects. And definitely a stand-up guy and a great artist. His interpretation and what he brought to life from the information that we gave him, I think is phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's like he actually reached into the scenario and pulled stuff out without even ever having seen it or played it.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
So that's coming out. You're going to want to look for that, hopefully on Drive Through RPG, and then
Miskatonic Repository.
Yeah. Once it's all done, I think we need to run it again with other cast members. So shake it up. Let's see how it plays out. And we'll go from there. Also, we just ordered some new Myth Brigade merch. So damn it, Digital Mistress, for being the chattiest of the chatters tonight. Send a quick email to gm@mythbrigade.com and we will send you a box of stuff, including one of these new shirts. Link very soon. We'll have a Spring account where you can buy all kinds of weird shit like branded baby onesies, shot glasses.
Ask about that.
Yeah, I was thinking you might. Like, everybody needs a Myth Brigade baby onesie.
I want an adult onesie.
Well, I mean, you just take the baby onesie and you stretch it real far.
Stretch it?
Yeah.
Ooh,
The D20 looks more like a water tower if you stretch it out real far, and then it's all good. Damn it. Tara's still away.
Huh?
So birthday cruise, guys. So September, I'm turning years old. I would love it if you guys are bored and you want to go to Nassau. It's a quick weekend trip. We're going to do so much drinking and Nassauing, which involves mostly drinking and sand in your bathing suit. But we're going to do that on a boat. So I'm going to post the link here soon. And I just want whoever can show up. We want to celebrate any of you who have birthdays, whether you're 50 or not. If you're under 50, it's a celebration of the fact that you're pretty likely to make it that far. If you're over 50, it's a celebration of the fact that you've made it further than that and can inform those of us young people what it's like.
Hey.
Listen, I'm just trying to say, we're trying to celebrate everybody, right? We're trying to... I don't even care. I would love it if the boat were full of nerds and all of the people who aren't nerds felt like they were cut out of the fun.
They were nerds?
No, we're like, like at the dinners and those cruises when everybody's just like, oh, look at us. But we're there, but we're playing games. You're like, what the fuck are you doing with all those dice? Nerds. Like, there'd be a fight probably. And I don't know.
I like to fight.
Yeah, we would just turn Tyler loose and be like, okay. They'd be like, oh, God. They'd be like, they've got a cave troll. Get on the boat. Come on. Digital Mistress. It's a boat. You could get on it. I don't know what you got going on that you can't get on the boat. Are we all back? All right.
I believe so. All right. 10:56 bio break return.
1:46. That's where the toilet flush ends.
10:56. Yeah.
All right. Got it.
Okay. So you guys basically play around for a day or so, waiting for Thursday evening to come around. And are you just, you said you're going to kind of go in a little bit at a time?
Yeah, kind of titrate in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well said.
Yeah. Okay. You guys would arrive, of course, Hamish dropping off out front, and then going from there to the library in South Hall. However, kind of as you're driving there and you cross over into South Hall, you could see that the surrounding area is definitely has a lot of Indian or Punjab feel to it. Most of the people that you see are of Indian descent and culture. Even here in Britain, this is definitely the neighborhood where a lot of this happens. And Dr. Henry, one moment you're kind of driving or riding along, and then you have a little flashback of your own.
Oh.
As you remember, you were in this area of London as a child. It was only a cat. It wasn't even a nice cat. It always hissed when it looked at you. But it seems several people had some sort of affection for the nasty creature. And so Father says, you must be punished. It's unfair, he tells you, that you need to study. And when you do, he and Mother look at you like you're not even their son. How can you learn the way things work if you don't take them apart? It was a messy business, but an informative one. Yet that look of shame on your parents' faces sears into your soul. And then you kind of snap awake as you hit a bump as you're driving. And you arrive at the library.
I'm trying to remember. Do we drink? Do we kind of do blood tears? Like if we actually cry a little bit?
You could.
Yeah. So whoever's sitting next to me, let's say Aquila, you might just see like a small like little drop of blood come out of the corner of my eye, run down my face, and I quickly just wipe it off with my hand and then clench my fist kind of around it and stare forward.
Hey, doctor.
Just, I grew up here. My parents came from Bangladesh when I was fairly young, and this is where I spent my formative years. Just some things are starting to come back a little bit. That's all. And then I kind of just look out the window.
I let him have his moment.
You guys arrive at the library, a small, kind of squat, two-story building, just on a nondescript street here in South Hall. and you filter in through like a meeting room. You can see there are people milling about. Most of them are some sort of Indian dress. A lot of people with turbans and, so forth that look kind of like Sikh nature and so forth from the culture. And as you kind of are all filtered in, there's about 20 people in here, kind of all paying attention. And there is a Punjabi gentleman at the podium. Let's see here. Save the changes. And boom, you should be able to see that.
Nice.
I think.
We can indeed. That dude.
Okay. Yeah, that dude.
Sri Sanza.
So wearing a red turban with some black underneath it, a very clean-cut beard, a silver suit with some shimmer to it, a nice watch, and a finely tied tie. Guru Sansa welcomes everyone to the gathering and proceeds to lecture to the attending cult members about karma, the great wheel, and the reincarnation. One of the mortal acolytes seeks to communicate with her dead son, and Sansa obliges. The voice of a young child rings out from the back of the room, telling Mummy how much Amrit misses her and how he looks forward to being reunited with her in his next life. The mother breaks down into tears of joy, confronted by her friends and family. The acolytes are delighted by this entire display. Anyone can give me, if you want to use heightened senses or even wits and investigation.
Me.
With
Yes.
difficulty of 3.
Me also.
Could I use detect lies or block? No, that's stupid. It doesn't matter.
You're like fucked up.
What
What'd you say? Wits and intelligence?
I'll let you roll that, Chantal.
Wits and investigation, he said.
Investigation and wits.
Got it.
Or if you have heightened senses as a power.
What's my target? 2?
3.
3. No, you said 2.
3.
Spending a penny.
2 plus 1.
Oh, okay. Well, I got 2, 3.
That was harsh. That was difficult.
That sucks.
That was, yeah. All right. So it looks like, let's see here. What do we got here? Looks like Dr. Henry with a success. Aquila with a 4 successes.
The only person who didn't make it was the father.
Alice with 3. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, the only person to make it was the father. You guys realize that the child's voice emanates from what sounds like a cell phone hidden underneath the folds of a cloth covering a table which stands a large vase of dahlias. Initially, he is concentrating on his performance, gazing out at members of the audience that he knows or at something only he can see on the ceiling. He makes eye contact with you, Dr. Benjir. Clearly, he knows who you are. He says, "Oh, I do apologize, my friends, but all this communing with evil spirits has given me quite a headache." And he says, "If you would excuse me, I will have to wrap up for the evening." He says, "In fact, they are the reason that the spirits are here," and he points directly at you.
I just smile, and it's like I hate to cause any sort of spiritual disruption in the group. Perhaps Mr. Lanka, sorry, Sansa, if
Sri Lanka.
I know. You caught that immediately. I was like, Sri Lanka. All right. So Now, Mr. Sansa, if you would, if we could talk privately. Well,
he says, yes, of course, right after you talk to my friends. And the acolytes all get up. And he makes a beeline to leave. And the acolytes are all like sitting there. And then they kind of get up. Some of them kind of pull out like these little wooden batons that look like they like beat on things with. And literally this entire crowd of like 20 acolytes are now kind of riled up and not happy with the people that they do not see, or the people they see that do not recognize. And that's where we're going to end the stream for tonight. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining in, Digital Mistress. It is a pleasure to have you on here on the chat. Thanks a lot. Please give us your feedback. Definitely comments. We love comments. Please go and watch the Sinister Scenes playtest.
Yeah.
Playtest on our YouTube channel, and give us some feedback. We would love to it. And we'll even send you out a copy of the module when it releases for the playtest.
And while you're at it, Digital Mistress, based on your last comment, tough acting, tenectin. Link in the description below. Good night. Thanks for watching.
Good night, everybody.